The Family History Project is about connecting young people to their legacy of history in Bronzeville and connecting their family.
The Bronzeville Alliance Family History Project grew out of a desire to find creative ways to reach parents and inspire them to be more involved in their children's education.
So I suggested to John that we encourage parents, students, and teachers to study and document their family history.
In 2009, Alliance member Lynette Stixon suggested that the group reach out to renowned genealogist Tony Burrows, who had helped develop the family history curriculum for the Chicago public school system, based on the work of Henry Louis Gates and his genealogical research on Oprah Winfrey's family.
We would like to think through how we can do that. There's some interest amongst the Bronzeville Alliance members.
John Owens, Director of Community Building for Centers for New Horizons and a lead organizer of the Bronzeville Alliance, worked diligently to reach parents by any means necessary. The Alliance organized a series of workshops conducted by Tony Burrows to share family research tips with Bronzeville parents.
And you can't make assumptions on that. You have to have some evidence, because I think you were here earlier when we talked about that you need evidence to prove who your ancestors were.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Alliance followed up this effort with a series of workshops led by retired CPS teacher and dedicated genealogist Pat
Bearden. Working
Bearden.
on that family tree. And if you don't have the names, you have to take it home and fill in the blanks. We're going to have a prize for those who can go back the farthest. So if you can fill in that whole tree and you can fill in another tree.
Bearden is the co-author of 2 books on the subject and provided valuable tools and tips for researching family history, especially in Bronzeville. Trying a new approach, the Jazz in the Alley Foundation, in association with the Bronzeville Alliance, organized an essay contest to spread the idea of family and community research to the larger Bronzeville community. Pat Bearden, along with community leaders such as 3rd Ward Alderman Pat Dow, Harold Lucas, and the esteemed historian Professor Timeo D. Black, helped make the essay contest a fun and rewarding experience. As our focus on parent recruitment intensified, the Bronzeville Alliance was fortunate to have joined forces with parent leaders such as Angelique Harris,
be a part of the conversation. Thank you.
Josephine Norwood, and Dorothy McGee, all tireless advocates for Bronzeville students. Timothy Gooseby, a youth guidance
Because
advocate,
we want to improve relationships with the parents and the school. We want to all make
helped organize a series of parent cafes at Wendell Phillips High School to help bring more parents into the educational process, including the Family History Project. But still, with all of this, it was slow and frustrating work at times trying to engage parents and keep them engaged. At a recruitment event in 2010, held at Wells Prep Elementary School, 3rd grade teacher Lois Williams Tandy invited the Alliance to conduct a workshop for her students. The Alliance worked closely with Ms. Tandy and eventually another 3rd grade teacher, Ms. Connor, to present the Family History Project to their students.
Very good. All right, let's give her a round of applause.
The Family History Project was well received at Wells Prep Elementary and eventually caught the eye of master storyteller Lorenzo
We're
Young.
going to walk the neighborhood. We're going to look at the neighborhood.
Mr. Young
And then we're
soon
gonna
joined
go
the
to a
alliance
very
and began to reach out to other schools to provide family and community history resources, which included walking tours to historic landmarks.
All right. This neighborhood gentleman is telling us that his grandfather was part of the Fighting Eight, and that his grandfather's name is one of the many that have been listed on this monument, and his name was William Paris.
Young also conducted mobile tours using a trolley or a double-decker bus that covered not only Bronzeville, but beautiful downtown Chicago.
If anybody on board seen Batman Dark Knight, that's the scene where Batman was on top of the building.
In early 2015, Mr. Young reached out to Principal Jessica Biggs of Burke Elementary School about conducting a family history workshop for the 7th grade students at Burke. After much discussion, they decided that the workshop would last a week and challenge students to find connections between their personal histories and the rich history of the Bronzeville community. Lorenzo Young, the third-generation Bronzeville resident, used his vast knowledge of the area to prod, cajole, and inspire students to embrace the exciting stories that have unfolded and continue to unfold all around them.
You know, when you study Nazi Germany, when you study the Holocaust, that two Bronzeville athletes made the connection. What are their names? Could someone tell me who those Bronzeville residents are? Do you know?
Yeah.
Please tell us.
Jesse Owens and Ralph Metcalf, I think.
Rob Metcalf, right. Go on, tell us about it.
They both won 4 gold Olympic medals.
When?
Students use specially prepared workbooks to learn about many of the national and international legends that originated in Bronzeville over the past century.
Very good, very good. President Barack Obama. To the casual observer, you would think, oh, no more problems in America. We got a black president. But we know that's not the case, don't we?
In a series of events that has all the makings of a Hollywood movie, Mr. Young discovered that Principal Biggs and her team had recently been awarded a school improvement grant to transform the old school library into an innovation learning space for students and community. Mr. Young suggested that the space be named for Burke alumnus and longtime community activist and supporter of the Family History Project, Professor Timyo D. Black. Not only was Professor Black a proud alumnus of Burke Elementary School, but he had recently completed Bridges of Memory, a 2-volume collection of interviews exploring personal experiences of the first and second wave of the Great Black Migration out of the South to Chicago and Bronzeville. The idea quickly caught on, and major stakeholders joined forces to organize a dedication ceremony to formally introduce the innovation space to the public and to honor Professor Black for his more than 7 decades of service to the Bronzeville community.
The quote here is, "The preservation and the revival of what we now call Bronzeville, originally known as the Old Black Belt, is imperative." And those are the words of Dr. Black. This space is dedicated June 11th, 2015, Edmund Burke Elementary School, Chicago, Illinois.
In the larger scheme of things, the week-long Family History Project was designed to plant the seed for a follow-up program in the coming school year and to set the stage for creative ways to use the new innovation space. The workshop concluded with a trolley tour, but it was far from the end of the project. Mr. Young dares a much bigger vision.
Actually, I'd like to see this program just citywide, that the district picks it up and connects to the African-American interdisciplinary curriculum. As you know, the Amistad Commission has really been instrumental in focusing on better ways to bring the history of African Americans into the classroom. And this is just one more tool in that end.
The Bronzeville Alliance Family History Project, bridging the innovative and the traditional.
To these young people, I'd like for them to understand that I used to be their size. Also their age. And one day they're going to be the size of all of you here.